Welcome to the episode. I'm here today with Danika, and we're going to be covering her life story and how she dealt with anxiety. Hi, how are you?
Good, you?
I'm good. So you want to tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I go to LTM. I play hockey. I play double A. My dad's the coach. I'm on the school's futsal team.
Lots of sports.
Yeah, and in the summer, usually I'll pick between soccer, swimming, or I already said soccer. Baseball. And this summer I'm doing baseball.
What's your favorite sport out of all of those?
Hockey.
Hockey?
Yeah.
What's your position?
Defense.
Nice. And how old are you?
12. I'm turning 13 in the summer.
Fun. You said you're older. So you want to tell me a little bit about your backstory?
When I was born, I had on this side of my head here, it was like black skin. And then, so I had to get surgery to like take that off. And then they had to like cut a piece on my leg and put it on my head. So then that's why I have the scar there. But that happened in Chicago. So we had to go back and forth. And so it was like for 4 years with 16 surgeries.
Wow, in 4 years?
Yeah. And all the way in Chicago.
That's impressive. You're really strong for going through all that.
Thank you.
So what are you happy about with all the surgeries? Was it a long process?
Yeah, especially for my parents because I was their first child. So, like, already it was hard enough. And they had to get a GoFundMe for everything, too. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't really remember a lot. But that's what I remember.
Do you know why I had to be in Chicago?
I don't know. I guess that's the only place where they could have the surgery for that, like the closest place.
Okay. How about you tell me a bit more about yourself?
I have a sister. She is 8 now. And I have a dog. He's 4. His name is Jack. He's a husky. I have 2 cats. One is Kingsley, and he's very scared because people put him in a box in the middle of the road as a kitten. And somebody found him and brought him to an animal shelter.
And you guys saved him?
Yeah, my parents adopted him, so he's like very skeptical.
That happens.
And I have another one. He's 15, and I love him very much because he comes and snuggles with me every night.
I can relate. I have a cat that cuddles me too. Very rare. So, I want to know, how was your journey when it comes to anxiety and mental health aspect?
I got it in grade 3. So, I went to a therapist, to talk about my feelings or whatever. And then, so I would talk to her, how I feel and, what's going on at school or whatever. And then she said I needed pills for it because also I have ADD. So, but the ADD was caused by the anxiety. So I had to take pills for it every morning. And then I heard that a lot of my friends were coming to Four Corners. So I asked my mom if I could join. And so I joined, and then I really liked it because all my friends are here, so I could hang out with them. And I met new people, so new friends. And a lot of the activities here, I remember a lot of them, but I remember one, it was a slapping thing. So you would do the chair on the wall, and then after you would tell jokes, and then apparently after the jokes you could do the chair longer than what you did before.
So try beating your record?
Yeah. Apparently it's more easy to do it after you hear the jokes.
That's new. Never heard about that. That's actually interesting. I'm gonna have to try that.
But it worked because everybody else got a higher than what they got before.
Did you beat your record?
Yeah.
Yeah?
At first I got 4 minutes, and then I got 5 minutes.
You did it for 4 minutes and 5 minutes? Damn. Must be all your sport background. So when it comes to your anxiety with talking to a therapist in the Four Corners, did that help you?
Yeah. Now, because I used to be like, that's also when I got my dog in grade 3. So now I used to be like, is the gate closed? Can I let him out? Is there somebody in the backyard? And then I have to like be on patrol in the backyard. And I'd always ask before I go to bed, are the cats in the house? Because one of them, he likes to go outside a lot. But then the other one, he'll like follow him or whatever. So I was like,
animals are very good for anxiety and support systems.
So I'd always be like very concerned. So it helped me a lot. Now I like control it more.
That's good. What techniques have you learned to help yourself?
I learned it's in a book that I got, and then you pretend that there's a little monster on your shoulder, and then you just flick it off, and then you stomp on it, and it's like your little anxiety monster.
I like that. And where did you learn that?
I think it was when I went to the therapist, and then she recommended the book, so then I read it with my mom.
That's really interesting.
It was like tips for anxiety or whatever.
And how does it make you feel that you struggle with anxiety and you have to take medication to help you?
I don't know, it doesn't really affect me. It's just like, because I know it's like more for my ADD, because the ADD is caused by anxiety, so I don't really think of it as like something bad.
Okay, well that's a bright side to it at least. You don't see it as a negative thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sport?
My favorite sport, hockey.
And how long have you been playing hockey for?
I played ringette when I was 5, and then I switched to hockey when I was 6. So almost like 8 years.
8 years. And what's your level at?
I played AA Pee-wee, and next year I'm going to be Bantam.
Nice. Are you going to try going further with that?
Yeah.
Yeah? You want to pursue a career in that? Or you have other...
I want to play in the PWHL.
I'm guessing that's high.
Professional Women's Hockey League. It's like the NHL, but for girls.
Oh, nice. Well, I hope you get there.
Thank you.
You have to come tell me that. So with your favorite sport, did that affect you when it came to your surgeries? Like, did it have a play of having to stop?
I wasn't really playing sports at that time because the surgery was from when I was born to all the way to when I was 4 years old. So it didn't have an effect on my sports, because that's
like you started later on.
Yeah, I only started my sports like after surgery.
And what about sports helps you? What, like coping and your anxiety?
I feel like the hockey helps me control my emotions more, because like sometimes, because I'm defense, as I said before, so like when somebody like touches my goalie but the ref whistled and they're still trying to like push the puck in or whatever, I get more aggressive and then I push them away, but sometimes I push them too hard. So my anxiety my hockey kind of helps me try to control that. Like it helps me like, okay, I can't do this, or I'm too rough with doing this.
Okay, so to regulate your emotions depending on the circumstance.
Like once a girl pushed me and I pushed her back and she kept pushing me and somebody else came and she went behind me out of nowhere and pushed me. So I fell. So I was trying best to hold my emotions, like trying not to push back or else I'm going to get a penalty too.
Yeah.
So it just helps me like control my anger or whatever too.
So on the aspect of your anxiety, and you say sports helps you, how about at school? How has that been going?
I have a lot of friends, so like I talk to them, but like the anxiety, I feel like it doesn't affect me at school, but like when I'm trying to make a new friend, because at the beginning of the year I was meeting new people, so but like I feel like it was more easy for me because a lot of people who went to the other school in Mountain View, my mom taught them, so I already knew a lot of them, so it's easier to make the friends, but at the same time it was still hard because of my anxiety.
And what part of your anxiety do you struggle the most with?
I feel like my emotions.
Emotions, so regulating them.
Yeah.
So keeping them under control, that makes sense.
Or like worrying too much.
I think that's a big factor.
Yeah.
Do you have any support systems at school when it comes to your anxiety?
I mean, if I have a problem, I go talk to, I don't know what it's called, but her name is Miss Cassandra. We call her Miss Cass. And then I'll talk to her if I need like advice or whatever.
Okay, so like a type of special ed tech or counselor. That's cool. So I've noticed that you're fidgeting. Do you fidget a lot?
Yeah, I have fidgets at home. And I have like this big cart at home. And especially I started like collecting them when I got my anxiety. I'm even fidgeting with this right now.
So how long have you been collecting fidgets for?
I did it for like a year and then I stopped because I have so much. So, but like I still play with them. Like they help me a lot. Like with my stress or whatever, like during a test, like I'll just grab a squishy and just start like squishing it, whatever.
So what's your favorite type of fidget toy that you have? It's Marsha, you have all types.
Feel like squishies.
Squishies?
Yeah, squishies, and I also really like slime.
Slime? Ooh. That's messy to make, but fun.
Yes, I used to love making slime.
What's your favorite color when you make slime?
Blue.
Blue? Makes sense.
My favorite color is red, but blue just looks very nice with the slime.
Fair enough. And would you recommend any type of fidget toys to anyone else?
The DNA ball is cool, or this zipper bracelet.
How would you turn around and say, with your sports, given your anxiety, with your ADHD, how does that affect you? Are you able to still concentrate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes still. Like, I created this little thing with my eraser in class. So, you know the excess that comes off your eraser?
Yeah.
So, I used to, like this, it started this year, like, mid-year. So, I, like collected the little bits and created a ball. And then I dyed it green with my highlighter. And then I used to play with it during class. Like,
Didn't
with
it
my
stain your fingers?
No.
You got lucky.
So then, but also I used to like clean my eraser or whatever because it was really dirty from my pencil case. So then I used to just like rub it on the paper and then those little bits I would add to the ball.
So finding extra things to fidget with.
But then because when I don't play with it, because March break, like it was in my locker, so I didn't play with it for like the whole week. So it got like separated kind of, so I had to like try to roll it back. But
Did it work?
No, but because it works like eventually, like it just takes a minute, but then because there's a bunch of little bits, so then my French teacher saw and she's like, "What is that?" I'm like, "C'est des bits de effacer."
He erased your bits.
But it was also green, so she's like, "You have to throw that out." So she went and got the garbage and she put it next to my desk. And I'm like, just sweeping it off my desk.
Your hard work.
Yeah.
Right in the garbage.
And it was like this big too.
Ooh, almost a whole eraser. Or half an eraser.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so earlier you were saying that your dad's the coach.
Yeah.
But you also said your mom's a teacher. How does that make you feel on the fact that you have your parents that play both big roles?
Everywhere I go, people know me. I love it, but I hate it.
Okay, you love it on what aspect?
Like, it's easier, like I said before, it's easier to make friends.
Okay.
Like, a lot of the friends came from my mom's school, so then they already knew me. But then, again, like, the teachers, they all know my mom, so whenever you have a substitute, they're like, "Oh, your mom's Miss Rankin?" I'm like, "Yes." And then they're like, "You know, you seem really good." I'm like, so I always have to act really...
Always a constant speech.
Yeah, so I always have to act really good. Like, not that I'm not good or anything. Like, I have to...
Best behavior.
Yeah, like, I have to... Or, like, better. Because they know my mom, so then they could, like, text her or whatever. Or, like, I want to make a good impression for her. So I try to be, like, very good.
Sounds like it plays a role on your anxiety of trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you cope on that? What always trying to, I guess, be perfection, as you're putting it?
I don't know.
You don't know? You just roll with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And how would you give advice to others that are struggling with anxiety in coping skills?
Try to find stuff that you're allowed to like fidget with at school, because sometimes that helps. And try to like not worry, like, because worrying was one of the main things I struggled with.
How did you work on your worrying?
I had like I said before, the little monster on my shoulder, and then I just like told myself like there's nothing to worry about, like I am my family with me, like I'm protected.
So having a support system really helps.
Yeah.
That's good. And what advice would you give to others if they don't have a support system?
Well, get fidgets. I don't know. Because my family was kind of my main thing, so.
Fair enough. Thank you, Danika, for sharing your story. And yes, having support systems is very important. Thank you guys for following and watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. And thank you to our funders.